And welcome everybody, I am Zeofate, and this is Raft Let's Play. Uh, Currently docked at this island here. That looks like I need to go through and clear out. I've played quite a bit of Raft actually, between last episode and this one with a bunch of friends of mine, so we actually got pretty far into the game. Well, we got the radio beacons and we went and explored two of the locations, so to me, we went pretty far. But I can get to that point just simply by these two blueprints. But I need the materials to do it. But it was definitely an interesting experience. And if you are interested in this game, I would highly, highly advise you finding friends to play with. Because this game is a lot more fun when you got your friends playing with you. And that being said, well, we got a lot of work to do on this island. So let's get to it. Do I want to trust that my ship's just going to sit there? Yeah, sure, might as well. Now, once I clear out this island for the products in here, I really need to work on storage. Might have to make a couple more of the simple storage units. Because I need inventory space. Just make sure I'm not chucking anything anywhere. Yeah, still got 2 free spaces. But definitely learned some interesting things while we were playing with multiplayer. Got a little bit of the story done. I won't spoil that for this Let's Play, what is going on in the story or what even the locations are, until such time as we actually encounter them. But, yeah, there's some interesting hoops you gotta run through to be able to do anything. Okay, let's see here. I also did find out there is an actual way to armor. I'm out of inventory entirely. There is a way to armor your craft to make it so that Frank won't cause you an issue. And the interesting thing is you can also armor these, so they won't be as vulnerable as I initially thought. So I need to dump some stuff in here. Let's get rid of those, because then I can make at least one more of these. And we'll just chuck it right behind. Let's see here. And nothing more I can chuck in there. I need more plastic to make another one, but nothing I can really do about that at the moment. So let's get to salvaging underwater. Now there's a lot of equipment that you can make later on that is really helpful. That being said, that's later on. But I would recommend anytime you can stop on an island for a prolonged period of time, collect everything you can. Now, if you got Frank hunting you, definitely chuck down some bait. Because it actually does work. Not for a long period of time, but it does work. One of the other things I discovered is if you turn around and harvest Frank, you'll get 4 steaks and a head. Now, that's kind of useful, kind of not. And of course I had to go swimming out here with low on food. Now if you leave the head on Frank, which will be the last item you'll harvest from him, he'll actually wait a bit longer before he'll spawn. Sorry about that. So it's really up to you whether you want to do it or not, but it can be useful. And let's see. That should be enough, but I am definitely going to need another hook. Unfortunately, I don't have the bolts needed just yet to be able to make the metal hooks, and the metal hooks are by far they're worth the material. They last significantly longer than the plastic ones, and they are significantly faster. So if you got the opportunity to use a metal hook, use it. Still, that being said, have a plastic hook on standby, just in case, because running out of materials kind of bites. Sand, clay, and all the scrap down here is so useful. The reason why I say collect everything is because, with the exception of stone, it's you can bottleneck on stuff really fast. Where it's you don't have enough to do anything you need to do, and well, it can take quite a while to get anything done. Oh. And that was that. Yeah, stones keep some stones for the temporary one-use anchors, but ultimately I haven't really found too much use. If you want to make stone arrows, they are kind of useful, but that's pretty much the only use for stone, besides the temporary anchor. So I'm going to be skipping stone quite a bit. Later on, when I actually get my storage, well, fixed, I guess you could say, and actually have far more storage than I do right now, I'll turn around and collect up like maybe a chest of it just in case. But until then, stack will do me. Because anytime I use the anchor, well, I'm going to already have enough to be able to gather stones to replace it. But underwater here, there's usually on these islands there'll usually be a chest somewhere full of useful materials for you to find, and it could be on the island itself or it could be in the water around it. I found them in both locations, but it's usually one or the other. And these here are iron organ nuggets, which are really useful. As you can see, my hook is already taking quite a bit of durability loss. Should probably make another one while I think about it. Yeah, a normal iron hook would generally last me cleaning out this entire island. Or at least when I was playing with my friends it would. But yeah, the plastic ones don't last long. Yeah, and there's some more materials there. Sometimes I've seen the seaweed regenerate by the time I'm actually finished clearing an island. So I would recommend, if you find yourself in need of a lot of it, which you use to get green goo, to do one last run before you leave the island to double check all the seaweed. Double check these sides here. The resource nodes like that like to hide around here. Hopefully later on I'll be able to make some items that'll make it so I can stay underwater for longer. But that's going to depend on resources and research. Yeah, there's even more. Copper, to where me and my friends got copper, you need some copper, but not a whole lot. That being said, I expect it's probably going to become far more needed later on. So, collect it when you can. If you find yourself hitting a box full of copper nuggets, maybe hold off collecting more. But that'll definitely be up to you depending on how much you are yourself are using. Scrap is really useful for nails, which are really useful for the aforementioned armoring of things, and is also really required for nails, which you need for a lot of construction down the line. So definitely one of those items you want to keep collecting. And there we go with another one, which is the reason why I made the second hook. And we'll grab that while we're here. Now, so far for these giant sea clams, the only use I've seen for them is making birds' nests, which for them to be able to produce, they produce feathers, and I haven't seen them produce an egg yet, but there's evidently eggs in the game, so I'm not quite sure how to get them just yet. But these islands, especially underwater, generally carry a lot of resources. It's generally really worth your while to gather them all up. Like I said, I'm ignoring the stone, which, as you can see, because I've already got about a stack of it, and not going to need much more of it for a while. Now that I think about it, let's get another one of those. I have 3 of them now. Okay. Let's do that so I can free up some more inventory space. So wear them down and keep it to the 2. Many viewers were already spotted the fact that I had a second one that I was ignoring. That's stones. That's stones. There's more resources right there. Sand, you're going to need a little bit of simply to get glass, but it's also needed for making the clay for the kilns. So definitely go picking it up. Now personally I find at night it's far easier to see some of the resources. As you can see, they're glowing. So I primarily like scavenging at night, but some people are different. One of my friends is really horrible at scavenging at night. Hey Frank. And prefers scavenging throughout the day. And I'm going to need some food, so I might as well come in here and get it cooked up and dump off some materials while I can. And I can dump sand, clay, get rid of the stone. And nothing else I can really stick in here for now. But that's fine currently. And I need some food. If you hold right click when over a stack of items, you only grab one item. And you can shift click to be able to quickly move stacks between inventories. Just figured I'd bring that up because it was an interesting little mechanic that I found. And it makes it so that it's a little bit easier shifting stuff, especially when you're starting to deal with larger quantities of materials. Now what I mean about the iron hook being far faster is all these different resources you're seeing are taking, say, 1.5 to 2 strikes to harvest. With the iron hook, it takes 1. So you massively increase your speed in gathering all these different materials. And let's see, anything over here? Yes. Now, if you're playing solo and playing with Frank, doing this underwater is going to get significantly more difficult. I would generally suggest that you either kill him before you start anything. Kill him before you start harvesting, because then you'll have something like about 5 or so minutes before you have to worry about him again. They'll enable you to harvest everything. Laying out these bricks here, let them dry while I'm sitting up here. It also clears out a little bit of inventory space, but as you can see, it used to have a lot of sand and clay, not so much anymore. Let's get that put in there. Any more room? No, but I'm going to need more food. Okay. Back we go. Let's see here. Nothing here. There's where we left off before. Yeah, I went in a completely different direction after the first dive. Okay. definitely picking up a lot of scrap, which is going to be useful. Got a lot of wood, which I'm going to turn into collectors. If you run out of oxygen, it will start depleting your health. And when you run out of health, you obviously die. And I try to avoid that whenever possible, no matter what game I play. Oh, there's one. Okay, nothing there. Oh, there's some more material there. One thing I did find is you can make oxygen bottles later on. They do take durability, but they increase how much oxygen you can have when you dive. They will slowly wear out, and you will need to replace them. But they are kind of useful for some of the deeper areas. Okay, those are all rocks. Those are all rocks. Here's some more scrap metal. I do wonder what happened caused the world to get into such a state. Maybe I'll find out when we go through the storyline. Since I got a surface anyways for water, might as well clean up that stuff. Or air. Why did I say water? And some more resources right there. This section of islands and everything else like this is going to be a bit grindy and repetitive. So I think what I'll do is from now on, anytime I encounter an island, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick exploration on camera. Then I'll stop the recording. And if I find something interesting, I'll restart the recording. Other than that, I'll just stop the recording, harvest everything up, and we'll be able to move on. But I wanted to show everybody roughly how long it takes to clear out one of these islands. So keep in mind, this is me ignoring the rocks hard. So it can take a definite amount of time to clear out an island underwater. Some islands will have more stuff underwater, other islands will have significantly less. Yeah, that was cutting it closer than I like. Those are all rocks, those are all rocks. Nothing there. Didn't find any chest. Usually if there's a chest under here, there'll be man-made little bits and pieces around it for structure-wise. Kind of like we've seen on a couple of the other islands. But it's useful to check nonetheless. looks like I might have cleared everything out. Ah, wants more food. Yeah, it looks like, with the exception of rocks, I've cleared out this island, so we'll start moving on. Start trying to gather up some more materials while we're at it. And our bricks are done. But first, let's state the growling tummy. I'm going to leave that beat because, well, I want to be able to replant them. Okay. Now we've got these. We should be able to make a kiln. Or a smelter. I need 4 planks. Not that that's difficult to do. One of the other things I would recommend when working around is keep at least a stack of planks so that you can turn around and well, yeah, the wrong button. So you can turn around and cook your food, because running out of food, not really good idea. Okay. Don't have much plastic left. Let's see how many of these supply catchers we can get made. Rope. I only got about 20 rope. Or 20 hemp. Yeah, 1. Yeah, they are kind of expensive. Still, they are really useful and they pay for themselves in the long run. You will eventually get better food, and actually speaking of better food, fishing rods. I need more rope. Fishing rods are actually a pretty decent source of food. Especially early on. And it's also how you get the fish you need to make the bait. Okay. Let's see. Research-wise, what else do I need? Let's research that. And I need metal ingot, which is just finished. Let's get copper smelted. The reason why I'm doing this is just to unlock research, so I know what I'm going to focus on. And there we got the bolts, hinges, shovel, which will be useful later on. Ooh, advanced grill. Iron arrowheads. Net launcher. Cooking pot. Nice. Now I need a hinge to make the stationary anchor, which is definitely where we're going to head after I get this. But, ooh, more materials. Okay. Well, since that's done, and not seeing anything really worth more of my attention, so let's start getting out of here. Okay. Right, I had another one of those. Yeah, no, I want to go that way a little bit. Don't need to run the ship into everything. And there we go. Now, I know I'm going to need more iron going, because I need to get a couple of the other items. There we get a battery and circuit board, which looks like we need for a couple other things. We will eventually get faster methods of propulsion. Well, actually, I don't actually recall if we got a faster method of propulsion. We had a... I always got to remember to keep that stocked. Reminds me, I need glass. Okay, you can get stocked up. Now, with when we were playing with my friends, Frank is very much active. To the point where I got to the point of I just completely ignored my hunger and thirst. Because I really didn't live long enough to worry about it too much. Because, yeah, Frank... nope. That was materials. Frank, no, to say he liked me was, gross underestimation. I would go swimming for a little bit, and he would be there trying to take chunks out of me. That being said, my friends could go into the water, and Frank would still be coming after me trying to take chunks out of me. He really didn't like me for some reason. Oh, you are too useful to ignore. The reason you're too useful to ignore is that's we're up to make another one. I find the more of these, you need to set these up at least on 2 axes. Because that way, any direction your ship happens to be going in, you'll collect any material you come across. Like you can see I've got holes in my collection here, which I will be fixing. But I need the materials to do it. Yes, I'm jumping back on the boat far more frequently, but I get used to Frank trying to kill me. So I'm not quite willing to lose that just yet. Is there something over there? You know what? I saw something, so we're gonna head in that direction. And right now is why you need collections in multiple directions, because as it stands right now, yeah, I don't want to lose my ship. My collectors right now aren't going to, well, collect anything. It'll only be the one over here. Oh yeah, there is definitely something over there. I can seize it. Let's get a piece of sand going next. And for that, we're going to turn that into a hinge. I heard a bird. Because then we can go in here, research that, and now we get a lot of useful things. We can now grow our own trees, which we've got seeds for the palm seeds and mango seeds, which are kind of useful. Let's aim myself a little bit better at the island. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of materials doing this, but islands are too useful. You know what? Sail. Streamer. Never used one of these, but I suppose it might be useful to figure out which way the wind's going. Okay. Definitely going to be an interesting island to go around. Wait until we get a little bit closer. And there we go. I think I cut that just a little close. Well, it's not like it causes damage. Get you cooking. Alright, I already researched that. And I need 4 of those. Advanced purifiers are really good because rather than using wood like this thing does to make a single thing of fresh water, you can load it up with multiple cups of water, and it just, over time, it'll clear it out. But that being said, Let's see if I can clear up my inventory a little bit. And that way, at least, go onto the island. We'll take a quick look around. And then we'll call it wraps for today. And between episodes, I'll go and clean up the island. Okay. Yeah. So let's see what we got. Okay, so maybe this direction? There we go. Now, I'm not even going to bother with the flower seeds just yet. I'll wait until I've got far more storage, because right now storage is a premium. Although I can now make more storage, I've got to focus the materials on other things. So let's... The reason why I'm clearing this up right now as I'm looking around is because I don't think there's too many materials on this island to use. Lots of trees. Let's see. 3 stone, 2 rope. Oh, might as well go back and grab some of the stone I got kicking around in here. Yes, I'm aware of the irony that of me telling everybody, oh yeah, no, you don't need much stone. Well, stone axe is one of the things you do need it for. And I need water. Got to keep that thing stocked. It is hungry. Okay, let's take a look at this direction. There's some structures. I'll clear out underwater in a little bit. If I do find something of interest underwater, what I'll do is I'll record, show you what it is, pick it up, and then I'll basically swim to the surface and give you a reference point for where it is. There we go. Yeah, get used to bouncing around on these islands, because they're not exactly designed for people to go around on them easily. Or if they did, the guy who designed them definitely don't like visitors. That's not what I wanted. Yes, I can chop that tree. Well, since I got some mangoes, give them a little bit of eats. Some watermelons. Okay. Ooh, big tree. Oh, and that's where we come to space issues. Now, snack out on some mangoes. Eat the pineapple. Might as well fill up the gauges while I can and open up some inventory slots. And there, right there, is a resource crate. Simple fish stew. Anything I want to get rid of? Let's get rid of the one leaf. We'll pick up the stew recipe until I can verify whether it's one I need. But that looks to be the surface of this level. So I'll end the session here today. I'll be going through and smelting materials between episodes. I'll save construction of anything until we're on screen and everybody can watch and see what gets built. Let's get you put away. And might do some organization off screen once I get a chance. Because, yeah, I'm definitely running out of materials. So that being said, this is Zeofate, signing out.